What's up guys, ProdiJay here, or you can just call me Jay, and today I'll be reviewing Aukey's RGB mechanical keyboard, also known as the KM-G3, and I was able to test out this keyboard for about 2 weeks just to get a good feel for it, doing different things like gaming and such, and came up with my overall opinion on this keyboard. So sit back and relax, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now if you're looking to get this full-size mechanical keyboard, it would cost about $65 at the time of this video, which comparing to other mechanical keyboards, it does seem to fall into the median price range. Now in the packaging box, it'll come with a user manual, a key puller, a 2-year warranty card, and finally the keyboard, which might I just say that the keyboard does come with a unique design, as the top is a brushed aluminum panel with some visible screws on the outer edges, which in my opinion, I actually like this type of look, mostly because the keyboard feels a bit more durable than other keyboards, and it has a design that I haven't seen much of, like the floating keycap design that makes the keyboard rise to about 1 inch in height. And if you prefer to have your keyboard elevated, you can easily have it raised more by pulling out the plastic feet in the back. But in general, I just really favor the body and the aesthetics of the keyboard, from the clean futuristic font on the keycaps to the low profile Aukey logo on the top right. But let's cut to the chase and talk about the RGB, as I'm sure most of you want to know what this keyboard has to offer. Now to keep things straight, this keyboard does not come with any software, as all the color options are done manually on the keyboard, which is why it'd be a good idea to keep the manual, as it does contain all the information on how to customize the RGB modes. But I will show you guys all the different options that you can do. And the way that you would go through these options would be by holding the FN key and pressing the insert button to scroll through the different color modes. And if you wanted to change the color of the mode, all you have to do is hold the FN key and press the delete button for the different colors like red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, light pink, and white. But getting to the 10 color modes, there's static where it stays on one color, breathing mode where the color goes from dim to bright, a WASD mode which would be used for simple games, a color spectrum mode where it fades through all the colors, a single key light up mode where every time you press a key, it lights up in order of the 7 colors available, a breathing rainbow effect where each row is dedicated to a single color, then we got the rainbow snake mode, which is honestly my favorite, then we got a ripple effect where every time you tap a key, it disperses a ripple of colors. But for the next color mode, it's more of a static ripple effect where every time you tap on a key, it lights up the keys around it to a static color. And finally, we got the rainbow mode for the keyboard. Now I will say that the effect of the rainbow mode is not going to be as equal in quality as compared to the rainbow effect on Razer keyboards, but I do think that it's okay considering that there is no software for this keyboard. And I would also like to mention that for each of the modes that I just showed off, you can change the color of them just by holding the FN key and the delete key, and you can also change the brightness level and the speed of the color modes by holding the FN key and the arrow keys. So if you wanted the snake color mode to go fast, you can accomplish that by holding the FN key and tapping the left or the right arrow key to the desired speed that you would want. And finally, this keyboard comes with 5 preset color modes that you can access by holding the FN key and pressing any of the numbers 1 to 5. But for the first preset, we get the FPS preset, which in the name would be used for first person shooter games. The next preset is called CF, which I had to look up what that game was because I never heard of it before, but it's for a game called Crossfire, which not too sure if many people play that game still, but who knows, maybe some of you would be interested in using this preset. But moving on, we get the COD preset, which you would use it for Call of Duty, then we get the League of Legends preset, and finally the racing preset. But let's say you wanted to use your own type of preset. Well, if you didn't know, this keyboard does allow you to customize each individual key and change the colors differently for each one to make a nice look. And the way you would do this is by holding the FN key and pressing the HM key, which by doing this, the blue LEDs will start blinking and you can start customizing each key to your liking. And I actually like how you don't have to open a program to make your own color preset, but I will say that I do wish that there were more customization options. And once you're done making your preset, just hold the FN key once again and tap the HM key, and by doing this, it will save your preset with the 10 other preset modes, which from there, you can easily switch through all the color modes including your preset. And if you are considering getting this keyboard, I would highly recommend that you keep the manual, because at first the customization may be a bit confusing, but after a bit of practice, it should come easy to you. And now I want to talk about the key switches of the keyboard, because everyone has their own preference on how they want their typing to feel. Well, this Aukey keyboard uses Automu blue switches, which are basically a clone of the Cherry MX blue switches, and according to most people who have used this keyboard, a majority of them say that they almost feel the exact same, as the switches are loud but tactile, which was a huge change for me, especially as I normally use membrane keyboards, which are more quiet and softer, but the feeling of typing with this keyboard just feels satisfying, as tapping on every key feels complete and registered. But now I'm going to do a sound test of the keyboard so you can get the general idea of how loud this keyboard is. Now, after hearing the sound test, you would know that this keyboard is kinda loud while typing, especially since it houses blue switches, but this is normally the cause when picking out a mechanical keyboard in general. But I was kinda disappointed when I found out that the key switches are not swappable on this keyboard, as I personally don't like the loud noise. But you could be glad to know that the keycaps are swappable on this keyboard, so you can get some custom keycaps. But after going over all that, what are my thoughts on this keyboard? Well, for the overall build, I actually do like the industrial look, as I don't really see many keyboards out there with similar designs. The floating keycaps feel really good, adding a bit of height to the keyboard, and typing feels great with these blue switches. But this keyboard does have some cons in my opinion, for example the RGBs. Although you can customize everything straight from the keyboard, I would have wished that there would have been more color customization options, and if not, better color animations, because although this keyboard has different RGB modes like rainbow and such, the animations for these modes isn't as smooth as, let's say, a Razer keyboard, where the colors seem to flow more smoothly. But then again, Razer has their own software for their keyboards, while this keyboard is completely manual. But overall, if you're looking to buy a decently priced mechanical keyboard, then you might want to consider getting this keyboard, as it does provide great value compared to other mechanical keyboards near its price range. So if you are interested in this, I'll be sure to leave a link to it in the description down below, and be sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below of the keyboard, because I do want to hear you guys have to say, and because I do love responding to everyone's comments. But I think that's gonna wrap it up, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, drop a like and subscribe for more quality content like this, and leave some suggestions of what kind of tech videos you would want to see from me. So be sure to have notifications on so you won't miss any of my videos. My name's ProdiJay, and as always, stay classy.